Welcome to the Spanish Show and welcome to Character Through Kids book. The book I'm going to be talking about today is a book called Zero by Katherine Otoshi. There's also another book in this series. It's called One. Highly recommend you get this book. And I haven't read one yet, but my gut is it's a pretty good book. So as per the inside flap, it says this. Zero was a big round number. When she looked at herself, she just saw a hole right in her center. Every day she watched the other numbers line up to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She wanted to count too. But how could a number worth nothing become something? Zero felt empty inside, and so goes Zero's search to find value in herself and in others. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book, and then we're going to give you some discussion points to talk about with your class and or your peers at a later time. This book has largely to do with self-worth. Now, self-worth can be a complex word. Another synonym for self-worth is self-esteem. Self-esteem, as per Google, is the confidence in one's own worth or abilities, self-respect. So when you hear the term self-worth or you hear the term self-esteem, it has to do with your own self-respect, how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, and the confidence in your own abilities, right? Confidence in yourself to do a thing. Could be a small thing such as speak in front of a class, or it could be a bigger thing such as perform on a sports field or on stage for the band, or your ability to get up in front of an audience and speak. So one of the things that is a common theme throughout the book is the idea of comparing yourself to other people. From personal experience to this day, when I was young, but also to this day, I've learned the negative side, right? The negative things that happen as a result of comparing yourself to other people. So you might find yourself wondering what they have, right? What they have, what they are, you wanting to be that thing. In this book, we're introduced to the main character, Zero. Well, Zero's looking at all the other numbers, 1 through 9, and she's thinking to herself, oh, they have this, they have that, they have that. I want to be more like that. But the thing that I've learned, the thing they point out in this book, and the thing that I'm telling you today is that you are you, right? I am me, you are you, 0 is 0, 1 is 1, 2 is 2. We're all born us, right? And that's one of the most important things for all of us to really accept is that idea that I am me. Now, the other side of that includes, and I'm going to talk about a little bit, is adding value to other people. That's a concept that I never even thought about until much later in life. But Zero has a run-in with number 7. And number 7 offers Zero some words of support. And number 7 says to Zero this: it's what's inside that counts most. Every number has value. It's what's inside that counts most. Every number has value. Every person has value. My passion, my mission, what makes me feel alive is speaking to youth, especially youth, and letting them know that every single one of you has value. Not just a number, but every single person has value. And one of the things that Zero does, is really neat aspect of the book, is that she finds a way to use herself, right? And in the book, she explains that she's just this or she's just that. She finds a way to use herself, what she is, to add value to other people. And throughout the book, it has this one quote that I want to read to you. If we help each other soar, we can count even more. You're one student or one teacher or one person out of 8 billion in the world, 200 or 300 million in the United States. But if we look at it as simply as possible, if we can help each other soar, we can count even more. That means that we're all in this together. At your school, at your job, in your community, in your state, in your town, we're all in this together. So here are some discussion points I want to toss out there. The first is for you to discuss, and when I say discuss, I mean definition. I mean possibly if you want to talk a little bit about your own self-esteem. Also, maybe how you can increase your own self-esteem. Right? So that's discussion point number 1. Discuss self-esteem. Provide examples of someone who has good self-esteem, someone who might not have any self-esteem at all. Second discussion point is this. I talk about comparing Zero, comparing herself to others. I talk about myself, comparing myself to others. How can comparing yourself to others be harmful? It can elevate your game. You know, as a lifelong athlete, a former professional fighter, a former wrestler, comparing myself to others helped keep me on track. But there's a downside to it. How can comparing yourself to others have a negative result on yourself? And then lastly, this book is about value. How Zero found a way to use herself to add value to other people. So here's a question for you. What is a way that you can add value to someone else's life? What are your skills? What are your likes? What are your abilities? How are you able to add something to someone else's life? And I want to say this too. If you're sitting in a classroom and you're sitting there thinking, oh, I don't have anything, you do have something. You absolutely do have something. And here's the thing. Sometimes it can be a simple smile, a simple nudge, a simple piece of encouragement that you give to another person. And if you are in a classroom right now, look around, and maybe it would be a good exercise for each of you to share with the other person, or as a group, different values that you each can add to other people's lives. That's it, folks. This is a Spaniard. If you'd like to get more from me, from my show, from my books, you can visit charliespaniard.com and or follow me on Instagram, Twitter, social media @CharlieSpaniard. See you, folks.